I want to make it very clear that habits are a problem. And the reason they're a problem is because they become comfortable. So a habit by its nature becomes comfortable. And so when we try to develop a new habit, by its nature, it's uncomfortable. So there's the combination of giving up a habit and creating a new habit. A lot of times we'll do that together. I am right now. So it's hard to get rid of the old habit because it's uncomfortable to do that. And it's hard to add the new habit because it's uncomfortable to do that. How you can be the greatest salesperson on the planet.
Welcome to the Rethink Sales Show. My name is Derek Kelly, and I am joined by Jim Shorkey.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to Season 7
Hard to believe.
of the Rethink Sales Show.
That's hard to believe, yeah.
You can see our updated set, courtesy of Marshall's brilliant ideas and Jim's thoughts, and we work together hard to bring something fresh to the table. We're always improving. Jim, since we chatted last, you don't even know this, you had recommended a book for me to read called Outlive by Peter Attia.
Yes.
And so I'm reading through this book because I always enjoy your recommendations, and they're talking about something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease,
Yes.
right? And they're talking through that. I'm maybe 7 chapters in at that point. And I'd gotten some blood work done a week before, and my ALT and my ATS were
Liver
high.
enzyme, yeah.
They were very high. I think the normal range is like, the high end of the normal range is 35, and mine were like 45.
Yep.
And so I was like, man, I got to do something about this. And it was interesting that I was reading that the day before. It was
Wow.
really impactful because I didn't know what that was.
Serendipitous.
Yeah, serendipitous in the sense of, whoa, this is now what I found. And so I started to do exactly what we teach, which is seek expert counsel.
Yep.
What can I do about this? I'm 35, right? What can I do in my 30s to take care of this problem? And that's something I really want to talk about today is what are healthy habits for successful people? I could ignore this. Peter Attia in the book talks about medicine 2.0. In medicine 2.0, they're waiting until the problem is a really big problem.
Fix the problem.
And then addressing it.
Correct.
So I went to my PCP and I said, hey, what should I do here? And he said, get better sleep. Jim, you and I track almost everything. I know how much sleep I'm getting, about 7 hours and 26 minutes a night on
That's a
average.
good number. That's a good
right?
number.
My deep sleep is pretty strong. I have a 3-year-old, so it's not as strong as it could be because we're waking up sometimes, but it's pretty strong. He said, drink more water. I know how much I'm drinking. I'm typically drinking 80 ounces of water a day. Not always water, sometimes other fluids.
That's a good number.
But I know I'm well hydrated, right? And so I said, okay, this PCP is not super helpful. What else can I do? And Peter Attia's book has been super helpful so I've been doing some of your advice. And guys, again, Jim will say this is not medical advice.
No, we're not qualified. But we do what we do. If you want to copy what we do, talk to your doctors first, get the right recommendations in that regard. But you certainly are welcome to copy what we're doing because all we're doing is reading Outlive, for example, and then Peter Attia, who is an MD, says, do ABC. We're doing ABC. And I already know what the answer is for your
So it's
scenario.
interesting. So at that same time, at our church, we were doing a fast, like a 24-hour fast for some of those reasons. And so I did a 24-hour fast and I felt great. And Brad on my team was like, why don't you try this as more of a lifestyle? So I started doing more like the 18-6, 24. I think
That's
I'm more
intermittent fasting.
So I'm intermittent fasting for 18 hours and eating in a 6-hour window.
Good for you.
And it's really,
powerful.
I feel like my energy levels are more consistent.
Yeah.
These are the habits that really matter. I could just say, you know what, whatever. The doctor said, oh, these levels aren't that high. But what people don't understand, I think Peter Attia does a great job at, is he says average is not optimal. There's a lot of, so if you get your blood work done, what happens is they give you a range of average, right? And they say, okay, in this sense, average is between the numbers of 15 and 35. And my ALT was at 45. So I'm 10 points above average. But optimal, depends on who you ask, is sometimes in the 20 to 25 range.
Yes.
So that's optimal. But I'm above average and I'm way above optimal. So I could just ignore this. But if you take what we teach in Rethink You 2.0 and you're trying to develop a plan of how do I stay healthy longer, then man, I got to address this. The doctor was saying, oh, no big deal, drink better water, sleep better. But I want to take it seriously because if you read in that book, he talks about if you don't deal with the fatty liver issues when you're younger, it develops into prediabetes, which for my family is an issue. My dad has diabetes, and so does many of his relatives. And if you don't deal with diabetes...
Let me interrupt you for a second.
Yes.
The fatty liver disease is not a diabetes thing.
Correct, correct.
That is a result of what you're eating. And what you're eating is causing you to have an elevated liver enzyme situation. And what you're eating that's causing that, ironically, is going to be sugar.
That's right, carbs.
And carbs, yes. Sugar and carbs. And not carbs. Let's be careful with that. Carbs get demonized today. Spinach is carbs.
So it's broccoli.
Broccoli is, these are all carbs. That's not what we should qualify that carbs. Highly ultra-processed food. That's the problem for what you're dealing with and what I'm dealing with as well. Ultra-processed food combined with sugar. And so the interesting thing about that is it does cause this fatty, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is the same thing as the cirrhosis of the liver from drinking and being alcoholic. It's the same end game.
Yes.
But the thing is about that is that the things that cause the fatty liver scenario cause prediabetes. So you have a decision to make in life where you could, A, do nothing, which is probably not going to turn out so hard for you. Do nothing. That is a choice. That's a decision. You could do nothing. Or you could look at the baseline number, whatever that is. It could be so simple as jumping on a scale and weighing yourself, okay? It could be checking your HbA1c. It could be checking your cholesterol. It could be VO2 max, all kinds of things. The quality of your sleep. And so then what we do is we do the research and we find out that our HbA1c is high. If it's high enough, it's prediabetes.
Right.
And as it goes on, it becomes diabetes.
I just thought it was important to have this conversation because I've developed a lot of healthy habits through connection with Rethink You 2.0,
Yeah, me too.
connection with you. And I think it's important for people to see those real life in the trenches.
I just feel like intuitively, like we're getting into too much detail. Again, we don't want to give medical advice. I was hoping this would be a little more simplistic. We don't want to give medical advice. The bottom line is stop eating crap.
Yes.
Start eating real food, okay? And grass-fed, grass-finished meats, wild-caught salmon, organic vegetables and fruits. Forget the processed food as much as possible. Does that mean you never have it again? Of course not. But the more you do it, the worse it gets. And eventually what happens is you end up, if you let this go long enough, you're going to end up needing a liver at some point.
Yeah.
And that's not good. So what I'd like to talk about relative to Peter Attia, and I think this is really something when we talk about business and we talk about life, let's talk about prehab versus rehab. Rehab is what you do to fix a problem.
Yes.
I had physical therapy this morning.
Yep.
That is rehab.
Yes.
To fix the mess I had from having a stroke a couple of years ago. However, it's now progressed into prehab versus rehab. I'm doing all kinds of balancing exercises and lifting and farmer's carries, and just all these different things, dead hanging. It's really difficult. I'm quite tired right now. And so that would be a combination of rehab and prehab. So prehab is we're going to do, that's more preventative medicine, which is what Peter Attia refers to as medicine 3.0.
3.0, yeah.
And so what can I do to prevent things from happening?
Yeah, prevent, delay, mitigate.
And then, but when it does happen, what can I do to fix it? So rehab is a definite, valid, great, positive, excellent strategy, but wouldn't it make more sense not to have to do that at all?
Yeah.
Okay, let's not do the rehab. Let's do the prehab. And so the prehab is how much sleep are we getting on a nightly basis? My goal is 8, and hopefully it'll settle in at 7 to 8. I don't want any less than 7. I want 7 to 8 hours a night. I shoot for 8. I'll settle for 7. I want to exercise. My average day for the past year of steps is 13,700. I got this advice from Dr. Rosellis, who did the surgery on me. I'm literally cut from here to here. And I asked him, I said to Dr. Rozel's expert counsel, what can I do to make this better? He said, walk a lot. Walk a lot. I said, okay, I can do that. I can walk a lot. I know I can. So I proceeded to start walking a lot. Since the day I left the hospital, my average step count for the day has been 13,700 steps. That's what it is. And that's a lot.
Yeah. And those are the habits that really move you towards success, right?
Towards the success that I want, stroke recovery.
Yes.
Okay. The question becomes, what can I do today that my future liver is going to thank me for? So typically when I say that, I'll say my future Jim Shorkey, but now we're talking about ALT and the liver and liver enzymes and whatnot. What can I do today that my future liver, my future heart, my future lungs, what can I do today that my future Jim Shorkey is going to say, dang, I'm glad you did that 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. But also, I think another really relevant question is, what can I stop doing today? I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday that I'm doing some mentoring with, and I said, when you have a problem and things aren't going right, the results aren't what you want them to be, results from thinking are not what you want them to be, what's the number one most impactful strategy when you're in that situation? ALT comes to mind. Yeah. What's the number one most important strategy that you need to embrace? Number one. We're going to do this first. I'll answer it for you. Stop. S-T-O-P. Stop. Take a minute. Pause. Stop. You know, you're walking down the road and you're heading east, but you want to be heading west. Your goal is west. But you come to realize you're heading east. The longer you walk, the further you get away from the goal. So stop is a really great strategy. I hear all the time about persistence. Persistence is a really great strategy if we're on the right plan. But if we're on the wrong plan, it's an awful strategy. Don't persist with the wrong plan. Stop. Give up. Oh, I don't give up on anything. Give up on a bad plan. Give up. Stop. Stop. Don't persist with a bad plan. This is the way my dad did it. I don't care about your dad. You're the one with the bad liver enzymes. So whatever he told you sounds like it was bad advice. And I know it's not your dad. I know. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's seek expert counsel. We're stopping. We're stopped now. Let's seek expert counsel, Peter Attia.
Yes.
And let's ask that question. What can I do to improve this ALT? He says, do these. We're back to Mr. Hamilton.
Yes.
Here's your list of 10 things. I look
right.
at the list. I'm not doing anything on this list. Nothing. So you'll find that there's things on that list that you're not doing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now that we're stopped, let's start doing those things, and let's persist with those things.
And mine were like exercise more, lose weight. I already thought I was eating healthier, but I guess I was eating probably too many carbohydrates with just like a tortilla with my food, or tortilla chips, or just other. Yeah. I thought those small amount of carbs wouldn't affect me, but I wonder if this has been going on for a while.
Isn't it true, Marshall, Luke, you think I'm right. We eat the salad. It's got spinach. It's got blueberries. It's got wild-caught salmon. It's got olive oil. It's got all the right spices. We eat this salad. We kick it out of the park, man. We knock it crazy. And doesn't it justify us having that big bowl of ice cream later on tonight? Doesn't it? Don't we do that as human beings? Yeah. Isn't that what our species does? Yeah, but look what I did over here. The answer is no, it doesn't. You got to stop the nonsense. Skip the ice cream. I know it's hard. It's hard. Dying's hard. Having a stroke with 3 brain bleeds is hard. Yeah. I could have died. Yeah. I could have died. And so I was reading Peter Attia. If you read Peter Attia, really read him thoroughly, he's going to tell you to stop the ice cream. Yep. He just is. Yep. And I'm reading this, and I'm still doing the occasional ice cream because I'm like Luke and I mean, I'm justifying. I ate my salmon today. I can have a Reese's peanut butter cup. I love those dang things. Of course I can. Throw in some ice cream along with it. Oh boy, you got a marriage made in heaven. And I'm reading Peter Attia, and so I stopped. And I sincerely did. I don't do ultra-processed food, meaning the chips and all that stuff. I don't do it. I don't do sugar at all. How long can I sustain that? I don't know. It's one day at a time. Yeah. But for now, I'm not doing it. I made that decision. I'm not doing it. I'm not. And for the same reason, I had all my numbers checked, And my numbers are high normal. Some of them, they're high normal. My
Yes.
HbA1c is high normal. I'm okay. I don't have a green light. I have a yellow light, which is called normal. The green light is optimized.
That's right.
I want optimized. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And red means you got a problem with this particular one. So my numbers are good, but it's like, do you want to have an average marriage? No. Do you want to do an average performance on your job? If you're playing a sport, do you want to be average? I don't.
No.
I want to be better than average.
Yeah.
The guys that make the big bucks in professional sports, they're better than average. Now, you may say better than average, meaning the average NFL football player. No, we're not. Those guys are stellar. You can't look at it that way, okay? If you look at the average college football player, the guys that make it to the pros are not average. They're better than average. Now, when they get to the pros, they arguably could be average. Probably a pretty good place to be. These are professionals. These are pros. But if you were in the pros and you were average, what would be the value to getting to be above average?
There's so
being,
many.
to being the
tremendous.
GOAT. What's the value in that? So still, even though we are the average of the greats, so it's good to be good. It's great to be good. It really is. But it's better to be great. It just is. And the numbers are going to get better.
And that's why I wanted to do this episode, Jim, is because I wanted to show people the real life that you and I work through this as new challenges come up. We go through the Rethink You 2.0 process, which
I do it every day.
We'll have a link in the description of this video to Jim's discipline journal. I think that'd be a really important first step for those of you guys listening.
Every day.
It talks through the disciplines you're going to do every day, how consistently you did them, and then you're grading yourself at the end of the day and the end of the week, not to judge yourself, but to have a healthy 24-hour reset.
Today you ate the ice cream. That's an F. But we don't beat ourselves up about the F.
That's right.
We acknowledge it, we mark it, maybe write a big red F next to it, just like when we were in school. So we acknowledge it, but we don't beat ourselves up. We say, okay, I messed up, I'm human, I'm still grateful for the day. Tomorrow, I'm gonna rise and shine, and I'm not gonna get an F. So there is no ice cream tomorrow. I set my standard for tomorrow morning, and I rise and shine. And I look at what I wrote the day before in my journal. It's right by the bed, look at it. Okay, no. Hey, Jim, you want some ice cream? No, I don't. I don't. I really don't want some ice cream today. No. And so we get through that. It's one day at a time. And actually, it's probably when you're 1 hour at a time.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I get to lunchtime? And typically with ice cream, it's like we're pretty good at getting to lunchtime with no ice cream because it's not a morning time thing. So now we're at lunchtime, and now we do have that salad that we talked about with the blueberries and the spinach and the olive oil and the good spices, and we got some wild-caught salmon in there. Or some grass-fed, grass-finished beef, whatever that would be. We're really hitting it. So we do that. Now, if we do it the right way, at the end of that salad, we don't really want ice cream because we're full.
That's right.
Our belly's full. So now, let's say we eat lunch at 12. It's 1, we're done. Maybe we go for a little walk.
Right.
Now we're at 2 o'clock, no ice cream, and we recommit. So between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock, which 5 o'clock being dinner, 6 o'clock, whatever, no ice cream. And there's going to be the temptations. There's the Dairy Queens and there's different opportunities, but we're not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it for these next so many hours. Get home. Now I'm going to do my dinner. I'm going to really work on doing a really healthy dinner. If I'm going to have a sandwich, it's going to be on really healthy bread, really healthy condiments, really healthy produce and meats or whatever the case may be. Or maybe I'll do a peanut butter sandwich, but it's going to be healthy peanut butter. There is such a thing. Almond butter, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
I'm going to do this really healthy sandwich. I'm going to eat some yogurt.
That's right.
I'm going
That's
to eat
right.
some yogurt.
Yes, that's
I'm going
one
to
of
throw
the
some
things I've
granola, some
learned.
healthy granola in there.
Yes.
And it's going to satiate me. And then it's ice cream time. It's no, I'm full right now. I'm not going to eat ice cream. Now we're at 6 o'clock. No ice cream. Can I go 1 more hour? I think I can. Okay, now we're at 7 o'clock. Now we're getting close to bedtime. You know what? I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done. I do have an urge to have this ice cream. You know what? According to what Peter Attia says, I'm going to get me a half a really ultra dark chocolate, like maybe a 90% cacao, and I'm going to eat that.
Yep.
And you know what that does?
It's
got
satisfying,
some satisfaction to it. And by the way, when you eat at least 70% cacao, the problem with the cacao is that as the cacao percentage goes down, the sugar goes up. If you look at those bars, you'll see that.
Absolutely.
The sugar goes up.
Yeah, if you go from 90 to 70, the
Yeah,
sugar.
you really want to get to be around 90 to 100. And it's bitter.
Oh, yeah.
But guess what? Bitter day 1.
Yep.
Bitter day 2. Bitter day 4. I'm starting to like this a little bit.
Yeah.
Day 9, day 10, on and on. And pretty soon it's like, you know what? I can't wait to have my dark chocolate tonight. It's good. And so now we're at 7 o'clock. It's like, I'm done. It's time to fast, because I did some research on the fasting. We're not talking about a 40-day fast. We're not. We're talking about an 18-hour fast. And I did my research. And so now it's 7 o'clock. If I'm going to do an 18-hour fast, I've got 7 to 12 is 5 hours. I've got 13 hours to go, which puts me at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's what would be my first eating. That's how I'm doing. This is Rethink You, gang.
Yep, this is exactly what I was doing.
This is Rethink You.
Rethinking.
I have to rethink Jim Shorkey to do this. So now I'm thinking ahead. Am I doing prehab or am I doing rehab?
Prehab. Yeah.
This is prehab. So now I got it in my head, and I go to bed. I'm going to next would be the gratitude journaling, discipline journaling / gratitude journaling. It's really important. So now I do that, and it's time to go to bed. And I've already got it locked in my brain. I'm going to write it in my journal. 1 o'clock, I break fast. I break fast at 1 o'clock. And you'll be surprised you can do that. Now, by the way, in the morning, what can I have and not break
This is what I'm studying right now. Your answer.
I can have black coffee. Now, the technocrats, and that's okay. The purists out there would tell you that you're breaking fast if you drink anything other than water.
Wow.
I'm not that much of a purist. Right. The black coffee is low calorie, and I enjoy the heck out of it. And by the way, I'm not fasting in this. I'm talking to Derek here. I'm not fasting in the same respect. I do put cacao in my coffee along with MCT oil powder, and I actually have it here with me. I didn't drink it yet, though.
Yep.
This here is athletic greens, which that also would break the fast. But nevertheless, so
they're very minor calories.
So but we're talking to you. So you have locked it in, discipline journaling, everything. Now you have that number of 1. So you get up in the morning at, let's say you're an early riser at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Those
so you're up
sound
at 7.
close. Yeah.
And it's now the only thing in your mind is 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Right.
You get yourself going, do your push-ups, whatever you do in the morning to get going. It's amazing how much energy you have. Boom. Now it's 8 o'clock. You go out and make that first cup of black coffee.
Right.
You go outside, let that sun hit your eyes. You hear me?
Yep. Drink some water.
Rethink You 2.0. You got a glass of water, hopefully filtered like we talked about earlier.
Yep.
Filtered water. I filter it myself. My own zero. I have a zero water filter. Anyways, got my water, got my coffee. I'm sitting outside, and guess what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the sun, and I am living large. I am loving life. Yeah. So I'm living large, looking at the sun. I drink my coffee. I drink my water. And guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to go for a little bit of a walk.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And you don't have any calories. I need calories to exercise. You tell that to the hunter-gatherers. Because guess what they did? They get up in the morning, and there was no food. And they had to go get them some. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't like the food just came, like the food truck drove by and said, hey, we got ribs today. They had to go hunt and gather and carry and lift and do functional movement, etc. And they had no calories.
Yeah.
So if they can do it, we can do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Anyways, so now we go for the little walk, and now we're thinking about the 1 o'clock. I got this.
Oh, it's close. Yeah.
I got this.
Yep.
It's now 10 o'clock-ish, and I only got 3 hours to go. And then I'm going to have that salad is going to be the tastiest salad I ever had in my life.
Yep.
And it's going to be great. Or I'm going to have that almond, that Dave's Killer Bread.
Right.
Great bread, by the way. Great bread. Healthy bread.
I love breaking a fast with some avocado, just mashing up some avocado.
Well, you're a purist. That's really powerful stuff there, man. Avocado is the real deal. Yeah, you want to do avocado. Sure.
So
that's real food, though. But back to, I said eat real food. Not technically, factually, the Dave's Killer Bread, it's good bread. Still, it's processed food.
Yep.
There's no question about it.
Yep.
But it's got some good stuff in it. If you look it up, it's good. And I guess I could be perfect, but in all due respect, I really don't want to be perfect. We talk about this in Rethink You 2.0.
Yes, we do.
Whoa, are you 2.0 or 3.0? Am I saying it right?
2.0.
Let's get 2.0. Yeah. We got to get 3.0, right?
Yeah, we do.
Anyways, we talk about this in Rethink You 2.0. Close enough is good enough. Yes. Come on, gang. Let's not kill ourselves over. I told you, 13.7 is my average step count. If I get 12,000 today with this, we're going to be here all day. Close enough is good enough. That's still a pretty darn good number. So I was talking to Luke about this. I want to get to 13.7, absolutely. But if I get to 10 right now, because I track it, right now I am at 42.24. And I actually worked at that this morning because I had physical therapy, which doesn't give me any sense of steps, but I did a workout already. And I actually worked on intentionally walking because I know I'm going to be here all day sitting, which is not the best thing for Jim Shorkey. But we're doing our podcast. But I told Luke, I said, in the breaks, you'll see me. I'm going to get up and walk. Oh, you see me every time.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll get up and walk around. If I got to walk around that parking lot out there 100 times, that's what I'm going to do.
So guys, leave in the comments what you're working through. So I want to share this episode because that's what I'm working through right now in the moment. Jim shared many times about his stroke recovery plan and what he's working through. So let us know. We want to encourage you. Let us know in the comments. Hey, I'm working on getting more sales leads. I'm working on making more phone calls. I'm working on XYZ. We would love to know to help encourage you in your journey. Again, check out that discipline journal. Go ahead, Jim.
Please listen. Please listen. Because what this man is telling you is he is using Rethink You 2.0 to get to where he wants to go. What this man is telling you is he, Jim Shorkey, is using Rethink You 2.0 to get to where I want to get to, okay? And so you're seeing it in action. And so this right here, this is filtered water, and this is AG1, Athletic Greens. I got the idea from, I think it was Andrew Huberman, I think. But a lot of people are behind this, Athletic Greens. It's a spoonful of greens in my purified water, shake it up, I'm drinking it. This is the first thing. I didn't even drink my coffee this morning because of all the stuff, all this, right? But I have it over there. I'm going to drink it in a minute okay? But you see what I'm saying? Where did I get this at? Research, study, expert counsel.
Yep. Enough
people told me that AG1 was a good idea. And I said to my son, who I love dearly, and we bounce things off each other. I said, Jim, what do you think about this AG1? Everything I hear about is great stuff. I said, think I should do it? He said, yeah, I definitely think you should do it. I said, okay. It's expensive, by the way. It's not cheap.
Yes, it is.
So I got me a bag, and I also got my son a bag. And so we're doing it together. And I don't know that you're going to visit me in the funeral home and you're going to ask the question, what happened to Jim? Why'd he die? Oh, he was drinking AG1. Killed him. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think what the case is going to be, you know what? He ate too much ice cream. It messed up his ALT. He needed a liver.
Yeah.
He got a liver. He didn't survive the surgery because he was a dummy. He didn't listen. So we're asking you to listen. We're using this process to guide ourselves through where we are now to where we want to get to. That's right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That is a fact.
That's absolutely right.
You know, that's a fact. Okay?
Thank you, Jim.
Pleasure, man.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you
on
the next episode.